All right, this is my last attempt, and if I don't get it out, I don't get it out. My experiences in Northern California are very frustrating. I can remember meeting with these two women. I can remember having day-long conversation with them. But each time I approach it from an intellectual level, something happens and I can't get my thoughts straight. It's like everything gets muddled, and I can guarantee you that was one of the reasons that girl was there, or one of the girls were there. She was very psychically influential, and now I'm really having to take this through a back door intellectually to get it out, and I think I'm going to be okay, because I just started babbling incoherently and I couldn't. Man, it was very weird. Major things that they talked about, and I think if I keep my emotions even, that helps, because my anger was really getting in the way of it. So I'm going to keep it really monotone and really low key. One of the major things they talked about, and the thing that really got to me as what's probably going to be very effective, is in their globalization, what they're going to do is remove traditions from all humanity. So each culture, of course, has a body and deep roots of ancestral traditions, and they want to cut you away from this. A lot of you don't even know what your forefathers and foremothers believed in, what they did, what their traditions were, or even what their holidays were. Christmas today is a trillion times different than Christmas even like 150 years ago. That's how much influence corporate America has over things like our holidays, you know, which are all pagan anyways. So, wow. But they want to create a what's called global tradition, or a trans-global tradition, which is based more on broad, general emotion than actual concrete reason, or without any deeper meaning behind it. Like the Obama campaign had words like hope, like change, and those provoke emotions, and most people would tend to have a positive spin on those words, but it's not likely that everyone's going to have the exact idea onto what that is. And so they open the door and they allow you to fill it with what you think it is, and everyone kind of goes along with it, but no one's really sitting down and discussing what that is. So this tradition that they are trying to create will not be based on any other traditions. It's going to be a brand new, since we're all going to be global together, it's time to create a global tradition. Well, this tradition is going to set humanity up for failure, because as we try to grow into something that has no structure, it doesn't initiate the person on all levels. Old pagan traditions initiated you on a mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional level. All these things were integrated into the core of their belief system. This new Illuminati-based belief system for the dumbed-down public is not going to be like that. It's going to have an emotional trigger. It's going to get people riled up and crazed and even fanatic. But you're not going to have a clear-cut direction on where you're going. Humanity will stand on its tiptoes to be a part of this. It's going to feel as though we're transcending into something different, but you're not going to be told what that is. It's just going to be a feel-good. And as we go up on our tippy toes to try to embrace it, something that's not really even there, we're going to get our feet swept out from underneath us. This is one of the last things that they're going to do to fully destroy any hope humanity has in overthrowing them. Because once they have truly dumbed down even the base level of primal instinctual divinity that we have, there's something greater out there. and it's reduced it down to, you know, a bowl of oatmeal that's just kind of mushy and full of syrup and things that has no real substance, then we're done for. And it sounds funny. You might go, well, why is that such a big deal? It's a major deal because humans are wired to believe in a divinity. And we are born of that divinity. And it's a messy, dirty, sweaty, bloody, sexual, grubby, you know, laugh and roll around in the mud spirituality that we've been born out of. That's just what humans are. And here they're going to they've already taken you out of that into this cleanliness is next to godliness, and we have to transcend physicality because physicality is evil. So we've already been warped into our bodies don't matter, you know, our physical senses are somehow tainted and evil, and it has to be of this new, pure, super clean, don't touch me, I won't touch you type of energy. Almost like a stare, like you were worshiping in a doctor's office or something. Now they're going to take it even past that. There's not even a sense of what it might be. It's just emotions being invoked and pictures and colors and things that make you feel a way, but don't give any real direction on where that is. And that's what these two girls were mainly a part of. Their branch of the Illuminati was creating a baseless, foundationless spirituality of transhumanism. Their other particular object is to create the idea of what transhumanism is. It's weird that you have a spirituality that's undefined, but now they want a movement that's highly defined. So now you have transhumanism, which they really want a physical human body crawling with nanotechnology, where you are merged with different electronic devices all running through a singular neural net. And now, like, honestly, like, we're talking kind of like the Borg in a lot of ways. The flesh isn't good enough. Now it has to be maintained with technology. And I guarantee you it's technology that they can hack into. And it's technology that's going to create sort of a dumbed-down hive mind. I was told by a spirit a while ago that the internet is the physical manifestation of the neuroastral network that we are all connected to. And that because we are so out of our physical senses, that we are so out of our minds, almost splitting into a spiritual schizophrenia, humanity just really has no clue left of what its origins were. And therefore, it's like we're sitting at this old-timey computer device that was built specifically and specialty for humans. But we've been so programmed and rewired and warped unnaturally forward that we just don't even know what to do with it. It looks outdated when in fact it's the best program, the best thing that we can possibly have. And it's collecting dust and sitting in a corner and probably has, you know, a jacket thrown over it. And here we are trying to ram cell phones up our ass, and we're forgetting what it even was to be human in the first place. This is what they wanted to do. From the very beginning, when the reptilian came and said, let's create a slave race from these grubby little monkeys, and warp sped our evolution unnaturally, and now when they're going to come back, they don't even want humans here anymore. Technically, I don't even know how human most humans are. We've been a completely hijacked, co-opted race. And these two girls really laid it out for me that they want a world that is going to be a blissful experience as long as you belong to the state. So be ready to be held in a mental prison. In Haiti, there are no prisons. Well, in early Hades, and even Africa, there weren't prisons. So when people did things that were, rape, murder, that kind of thing, they would be administered what they call now a zombie powder. And it's a powder that is a powerful narcotic and just keeps them in a mental prison. They can't really act on their own free will, and they're highly suggestible. So there was a deep, and still is a great interest in this particular zombie powder, but that's what they want. They want an entire population of humans under a type of zombie powder. So they don't even have to build prisons. They don't have to build a FEMA camp. They just keep you drugged down, give you a little minute task for you to do, make you feel really good about it. They will match you in whatever capabilities you have left to a perfect mate, and you will just kind of go about your little muling existence, pop out a kid, which they'll take from you, raise in the way that they're doing it, and then pop them back out when they're of a certain age, and then live off the sweat of your happy, dumb little toil. That's what they want. That's exactly what they want. And they know that by introducing this baseless, purely emotional-based type spirituality, where you are a happy slave, that any human that starts to produce individual free-thinking thought will be crushed by the herd. And the masters won't have to come down and do a goddamn thing, because the cows got together and crushed the one that told them they shouldn't be cows. They want you to not only build your own mental, spiritual, energetic prison. By the time they're done with you, they want you to not only maintain it, but also keep up with protocol. So you will build it, clean it, maintain it, and live in it. And it's your own prison. And they just sit and watch and laugh. And they will use the super technologies that they have to go explore the stars. That's their plan. I know that once their true masters get back, all the Illuminati are going to be are the new fuck puppets and meat slabs for their true reptilian masters to actually munch on. These girls told me in no uncertain terms that these so-called ruling families have been under the direction of primarily interdimensional beings for the last 1,000 years, at least, and more knowingly so in the last 500. That these ruling families have sold themselves out fully and believe it to be a divine connection to allow themselves to be a spiritual host for these entities. That's why it's so important. They are trans-dimensional entities, and we can affect them and we can beat them in the astral world. And I think this is one of the major reasons that they wanted to talk to me, is because I'm so prevalent in attacking and in maintaining a strong astral presence, because they are also about creating high occult technology. Magic is the original science, and the deeper science gets, the more magical it becomes. And I think they really wanted to know a lot of my ideas and to pick through my brain. And there's a lot more stuff that starts coming out, but let me try and do part 2.